Hello everybody and welcome to another video of Little Edge Softwares. In this video we will be introducing new version of our no Recoil software, which has been undetected since day one of release, and is being used and loved by many. It is because of their love and support that we were able to update our software. With this software update, we have made our software super easy to use, just plug and play. As we have included features which allows you to access lots of configurations for your favorite games, with just a click of a button. For those of you who are new here, to get this software you will have to join our Discord given in the description, and message in Get Recoil Software channel. Then we will guide you in your Discord inbox and add you in our private Discord. Let us quickly give you a glimpse of the new features which we have added into our software. This is the previous version of our software which is still supported, and this is how the new version of our software looks like. We have added 6 new features into our software. Number 1. Now you can have multiple profiles for different games with different configurations and hotkeys settings. You can keep configurations of different games separately, and when you load the profile, the corresponding configurations and hotkeys settings will be loaded into the software. Number 2, you can easily import guns configurations from already created profiles into your software. When you get the software you get access to this profiles channel in our private Discord. This channel has the profile files of different games with tons of pre-built guns configurations created by us and the community members, which you can import into your software with a single click. You guys might notice that we are hiding the names of few games and you won't find videos for few top games on our channel. That is not because our software doesn't work in those games, it's because they are a little cheeky with the copyright strikes, so even if we show their name for just a second, they send us. For those games we upload the videos for guidance on different other platforms which can be found in our Discord. Number 3, you can now adjust any configuration very easily with the help of a slider instead of changing all the numbers one by one. So let's say if the configurations which we added in profile were made on slightly lower sensitivity, and you play on slightly higher sensitivity, then you can easily select the configurations and increase all of the numbers at once by moving the slider to the right. Number 4. Now you can record the firing time span for your gun instead of entering it manually. Number 5. Now you can even hear the split sounds while firing to identify the exact split numbers, which makes it very easy for us to make new configurations. Number 6. Now you have 5 number of splits for vertical recoil and 5 splits for horizontal recoil, each with a step number of its own. This will allow us to make the configurations for all kinds of recoil patterns very easily. So, these are all the new features which we have added into our software. In this video we will be showing you how to use this new version of our software, but we are not going to go into the details of the configuration settings. To explain the individual settings we will have a separate private video where we will go into the details of these settings, available only in our Discord. Let's run the new version of our software to explain how you guys can start using it. You run the software as administrator every single time, enter your login details and click on Login. The first thing you will have to do now is to load the profile into the software. When you log in for the first time the software will create 3 different empty profiles automatically in the same folder. So simply select any one of them and click on Load Profile. Once the profile is loaded, the configurations which are saved in this profile will be loaded into the configurations list. The hotkeys settings saved in this profile will also be loaded into the settings. Since this profile is newly created, it doesn't have any configurations. Let's quickly make one dummy configuration and save it into this profile. I will do it quickly now just to make a dummy configuration, but the complete process will be explained in detail later in this video. Configuration is created, so now let's save it and set the hotkey for this configuration. After making a change into settings always click on this button. To rename the profile you can simply change the name of the file. Now if you open the software again and load this profile, the corresponding configurations and the settings will get loaded with it. You also have the option to import configurations into your profile. So, let's say you want configurations for your favorite games after getting the software. For that you will come to our private Discord and download pre-built game profiles. Once downloaded, put them into the same software folder. So let's say these game 1 2 3 are the profiles which you downloaded. When they are in the same folder they will also appear in the profiles list. Now you have 2 options. You can either load the profiles directly into your software like this, and have access to all the pre-built configurations by us and the community members. The other option you have is Import Configurations. To import, click on Import button after loading the profile, then select the profile from which you want to import the configurations. Software will import all the configurations from that profile into your profile. If you already have the configuration with the same name stored in your profile, then the profile name will be added at the end of configuration name for you to differentiate between them. You can see profile_1 was empty before, and now it has the gun's configurations from Game 1 and Game 2 profiles after importing. Now you can easily load these configurations, test them, edit them if needed, adjust them according to your sensitivity if required, and save them. You can also set the hotkeys for these configurations to be used in the game. This is how easily you can get access to all the configurations for the popular games after you get the software, and there is no limit to the number of configurations, and the number of profiles you can have. Now let's say if a new game is released or a new gun is added into a game, and you don't find the configuration for it in the profiles, then there is always an option for you to create a new configuration by following the simple steps. Now let's see how can you create a new configuration in this version of software without going into the details of individual settings. To create a brand new configuration, first you need to load a profile into the software. After that, click on the New button, and it will allow you to enter the name of the configuration. Then the next thing you will have to do is to record the time of firing span. For that you can click on Record Time button, and go into your game. Click and hold the right click to ADS, and then click and hold the left click and keep holding until you empty the entire magazine. When done, release both mouse buttons immediately. Now go back to the software, and here you will see the time has been recorded for this gun. After recording the firing span, you will be able to enter the split lengths and their corresponding factors along with the step numbers to create the configuration. To see the patterns more clearly, it is best to start with some default recoil factor, so I will put step of 2 as this gun has little more recoil, put a factor of 1000 and click on Test. You can see after some point the factor 1000 with step of 2 became too much for this gun and it started to go down. This means that this pattern has a split at that point. To identify the exact point where our split is happening, we provided you guys a new feature which is here Split Position feature. Simply select your multiplier and click on Here Splits button, then click on Test.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
For this you might want to lower the volume of your game a little bit, so you can hear the sounds more clearly.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100.
After hearing the split position sounds, we can see that the split is happening around 20 because after we heard 20 sound it started to go down. For that we need to provide a lower factor after 20. So this is how you can identify the exact split positions using this new feature. Now I will put the already found factors which work for this gun and show you guys the recoil after that. For first 20 we need step 2, and a factor of 1200. After 20 we needed lower factor, that's why we have step of 1, and a factor of 1600. Now that you have created a new configuration, you can click on Save button to save the configuration into your profile. Now let's see how the Adjust feature will work. We have a number of profiles for different games with lots of configurations. These configurations can be from us and from our community members as well. These configurations could be made on a system with a slightly higher, or lower sensitivity than yours. So if that's the case, then these configurations can feel like a bit more or less recoil, depending on the case. Let's say you play on slightly lower sensitivity, then instead of editing each configuration and increasing the factors, you can simply load the configuration and move slider to the right side a little bit. It will increase all of the configuration numbers for you. You can keep moving the slider to the right with small steps, and test the configuration to quickly adjust the configuration according to your sensitivity. Let's take an example of this gun and check the original recoil. Let's say you have a pre-built configuration for this gun, but that configuration was made on slightly lower sensitivity. Let's load that configuration and test it. We can see that this configuration is slightly off the target. Now we can click on Edit and adjust this configuration by moving the slider to the right. Moving the slider to the right has increased all the values of the factors, so now we will test again to see the effect. Looks like 57 is a bit more in this case, so let's bring it down a little bit, and test again. As you can see, the configuration which was slightly off the target has been adjusted for our sensitivity, by simply moving the slider. Now we can save it, and when we load it again, we can see the adjustment changes that we made for our sensitivity are there. Once you are done finalizing the configurations, you can set the hotkeys to activate a desired configuration in-game, with just a press of a button. You will have to set the start and stop key of the software first, and then assign hotkeys to your favorite configurations. You will press the start key first, and after that you can activate the configurations by pressing the corresponding keys. I have also mapped 1 and 2 keys to switch to primary and secondary guns, so by pressing 1, I will be selecting primary gun as well as activating its configuration, and 2 for secondary gun. You can follow the same process in any game of your choice. This is the traditional and most accurate way of making the configurations, but you can also use our manual feed feature to quickly make the configurations for your guns. The way that method works is that, you record the mouse movement that you do for controlling the recoil and feed it into the software. For more details about the manual feed feature, check the description. Little Edge is all about providing the best possible gaming experience, while maintaining 0% chance of getting banned. Our no recoil software is universal software, using which, you can create guns configurations for any game, using any mouse type. We could have created gun configurations from different games and sell our software for different games separately to make more money, but we didn't, because we wanted this software to be the best, safest, and reasonable. We also don't have those features which requires files tampering, which might work for one game, but gets you banned in other games. If you don't want to miss any of the products, which provide you the perfect little edge in gaming, while maintaining 0% chance of getting banned, then subscribe to our channel and more importantly, join our Little Edge Discord server, and never worry about creating multiple accounts for the games, and purchasing spoofers. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.